I believe you could put this in there, and as soon as we start playing, because there's two philosophies here, right? One is it hasn't hit in forever, so let's keep betting on it. The other philosophy is, man, these haven't hit forever. They're gonna hit. All right, there's a 2. So again, I'm putting that into the tracker, and we're gonna rebet. So I just click 2, and this is really nice because it says the last spin here. So this column here is showing all of the last spins that we just did. So you can kind of take a look. And again, now we can also start looking at the corners here. And if it were me, I would be going for the most hit corners. So I would probably be playing this 22, 26 corner. That's just me. So like I said, you can play this any number of ways that you want to, and see how it goes. So far, so good. Let's see how it keeps up. Okay, nothing we can do about a 0. And I don't cover the 0 anyway. We're playing street, so it doesn't really matter. So we're going to go up there, and I'm actually going to... can I save this? Let's delete this. Okay, save last bet. And then I'm going to double this one. And I'll be able to add another unit to it, because I'm going to go 3x on this. So we're gonna set a target. Let's see if we can get to $100. You can see my time clock. I didn't change the scenes on this, so it's tough to tell how long we've been going because that timer clock is just automatic. All right, there we go. Let's rebet, and I'm gonna add one more unit to it. There's a $50 total bet. It's the same as $10 5 double streets. Okay, so our last hit was 14. There was a 0 and a 14, 0, 14. It has not changed these two streets, 1 and 2 whatsoever. And even if those hit again, there's a couple of 3s there. So we can keep our choice. I would probably just stay on those streets until they start hitting multiple times. There is a hit. So there is finally a hit on 19. So I'm going to input that in. And now I'm going to double this up, and I'm going to add 3. That triples it up again. And we're going to see how well this does. So you can see I just hit the 19 there. See how it goes. Just FYI, I know a lot of you can see I have an orange border around this thing. And when I click on the screen behind it, this window doesn't disappear. If you haven't done it already, download the free Windows Power Toys. It has all sorts of cool, such as locking a screen on top, permanently on top, right? So that no matter whatever you're clicking behind it, will always stay on top. I'm going to close this window down a little bit so it's easier for us to see. All right, we hit 1, we hit a 13. I'm going to input that into our tool, and we're going to rebet until we recover. Now, I know what you're asking, and if you're not, you should be. Where can I get this tool? That's great. Go to allonblack.net. You can get that tool. Get on our Discord, into our spreadsheet sub-channel, and you can get it there as well. 100% free. All the updates, lifetime free license, all the good stuff. We don't charge for stuff like this. And it's got displacement. I mean, this is a really, really cool tool if you do these types of things. Oh my gosh. She hit a 0 again. I tell you what, these Prague tables, I'm going to just double it up. I'm not going to go higher than that. We're already a $900 bet. Let's click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll add 6 more base unit bets to it. Let's see if we can get out of it. I just don't have luck with these Prague tables. I mean, look at this. We're covering 81% of the board, and we're 3 and 6. This is not uncommon for Prague. Oh my gosh. Just whacked us again. Hits us with a 20. I think that just goes to show that, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you bet on. All right, we're going to rebet, and I'm going to move that over now because that 20 street 4, we're going to move it to the 16 to 18. There we go, and we're going to double it. Oh, I didn't get a double in. Did I get a double in? I did get a double in. We're down $1,700. This, folks, this right here is why I call BS on this whole tracking thing. All right, we're going to 5. All right, so we got 5 in there. We're going to rebet. Let's take a look at our sheet. I entered in 5. So now you can see the number hit here. and 1, and we've moved over to 16, 18, 3 are still our two lows. So even if this one hits several times, we'll stay on it. This could get hit again, and we would have our choice of any number one of these. So we'll see what happens. We can just stay out, probably just out of laziness, just stay put if it hits these streets again. Wow. Unbelievable. Unfreaking real. Unreal. We're at $2,400 bet. I'm telling you what, I hate these prag tables. I hate these prag tables. We're 7 and 5. And this is not unusual. I've been getting these type of numbers on the prag table since I've been playing. And really the only reason I'm playing at the prag tables instead of the evolution tables is because the Evo tables, A, have a minimum bet of $1 instead of the 50 cents here. And they don't have 10-cent tables. All right, that's a hit. That's good. All right, I'm going to input that into the tracker. And we are going to rebet this again. That doesn't get us very far. I'm going to go ahead and risk it. We're going to go up to $4,800 because we're so deep down. I need to, and I have not been 3xing. So we're going to do a double there and see if we can get lucky and get a couple hits. This would give us what, 12, 13. Let's see, what do we got there? 4. I can't really read that. It's kind of, is that 480? 480. Whew. All right. I'm going to input 23 over here. Nothing changes at this point. Nothing changes. And we are going to rebet again. But it's for this reason right here. I'm looking at it that between zeros and between hitting the streets that are open. Now, luckily, our 34, 35, and watch this, right as I say, the 34, 35, 36 goalpost, right as I say it, it hasn't hit in a long time. But I contend over a period of time, if you keep playing it this way versus just playing any way you want, I contend it's still going to come out in almost, actually, in every one of our tests that we've gone head to head. Doing this does not do any better. Okay, we're going to take our bets down, and I'm going to move, well, actually, let's see here, undo, and if we rebet, or no, let's just go here, and then we're going to move this over here. Actually, it's the 16th Street, right? Okay. So we got the 16th Street pushed over there. So we're still on the 16 and we're still on the 34. I'm going to talk to SoCal. What would be great if maybe he highlights, I don't know. Oh my gosh, did they? Oh, they pulled our bet, which is good because it hit a 0. It hit a 0. So for once, that did something really good. All right, let's rebet. And we're going to move this over here and we're going to double. So we're going to do a $200 bet. This would get us a $60 win. We're still down 260. So this doesn't get us close. We're going to have to do a much bigger bet than this. What that last bet hit, that was a 0. So I'm going to input that into the tool here. You can see nothing's changed. We're still here at 1. And this is still the lowest next one to hit. Nice. Okay. Okay, there we go. We're going to rebet. And I'm going to have to increase this up. We're down 200. There's 120. All right, there's a... If we win this, this would get us into profit. This is an $800 bet. We would win 240. You can see we're down that much. All right, while that's spinning, let's take a look at where we are at these days. And you can see on here, we started the day with a 30,550 bounce. That is everything. Oh, just as we said that it hasn't hit that. Look at that. It has hit that. So we're going to have to throw 36 on there. And we are going to double this. And I've got an important phone call coming in. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had an urgent message from my daughter. So we won each of those. It hit 20 and 11. Our last one was 11. So we're going to input 20. And we can still see down here that this 2 is still looking good. And our 16 is still at 3. So we still have 21. Boom. That puts us in a nice position here. All right. We're at $60 down. We are going to go back to base. Oops, I don't want that. We're going to move this over. And we are down $60. So we are going to double. That would give us 30. That would break us even. If we win this one, we get back to even, okay? So the just hit 21. I'm going to input that into the table. There we go. So just you got to kind of keep up on these. So we're still here, 34, 35, 36, and 3. If we lose this one, we could come up here to 4, 5, 6. But we're looking good. We're looking good. All right, 31. No change there. We're going to go back down to base bet here. And I want some catching up to do. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up at a $200 bet and see if we can't get a win, because we're going for the road to victory. So let's talk about what we happened before my daughter called me. It was like, she's helping me out. She's trying to paint the downstairs and she needs to get some stain blocking to do the first coat. All right, there's another hit. But then she keeps coming in here. I've had to restart this recording 3 times because just after I get going, she comes in with a question. So, all right, we're going to go again. And that hit 31. So I'm inputting that. I'm just clicking these tools. And you can see we got here 31, 31, and we're going to hit it again. Now, it doesn't input it twice, I don't believe. No, I don't think it puts it in twice, which I think it should. So I'll talk to SoCal. I think you should be putting it in and keep showing how many times it's missing. So I'm going to talk to him about that. I think it definitely needs that. All right, we're going to keep going. And we're still on 16 and 31. But again, this tool is 100% free. And feel free to download it. If you like this tracking, I look up here and go, these are the same numbers that I would be getting if I were just playing the way I play, right? In fact, these are not very good numbers. We're less than a 3 to 1. We should be getting these numbers if we're playing 9 streets instead of 10 streets. Okay? All right. Let's hope that we can pick up some steam. All right, here we go. And we are going to rebet that bet. We're at $70. I'm going to go ahead. That's a $50 bet. That's the same as a $10 double street, $20 double street. All right, we're going to do a same as a $20 double street. And I'll have to ask him if he can, and maybe it already has here. I haven't had a time to really go through this, but no, he doesn't have double streets on here. I'll have to tell him he'll have to make double streets out of it and pair it up just like corners, right? That would be kind of cool. If you want to do this type of thing. All right, hit a 9. And we are going to rebet. And I'm going to add, nope, I'm not going to add 1,000 to that. We're going to leave it as it is for right now. That's a 10. So that's $20. I would like to get to a $25. I would like to get to a $25 double street. So if we add another 5 to this, that's going to give us a $30. There's no nice way to do that if you want to go without splitting things. All right, we hit a 6. Again, I'm just entering in that into the tool, and we're going to rebet. You know what? We're just going to stay at a $20 bet and not worry about it. I could put $5 on. Well, no, it won't work because we don't have our double streets all together right now. All right, we're up at 110. It got pretty nasty there for a hot second, right? It got pretty nasty, but we're making it up. And let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. All right. Okay. So I'm keeping an eye on the time here, although the time is kind of screwy. There's a 10. All right, rebet. We're not having to do anything. So we're on a run. We are on a roll right now. And we've been running, actually, we can add 10 minutes to this right here. We've been running for about 16 minutes. I would kind of like to cap these at 20 minutes, thereabouts right there. So we're only going to go for another probably 5 to 10 minutes. So somewhere, I don't want to, 30 minutes is my max. All right, let's see what we go. Stay tuned on upcoming video here. Whew. All right, we just barely missed that. 15. On one of the upcoming videos, I'm going to show you one of the oldest strategies, not really played anymore, that like this, it goes off of actual dealer bias and wheel bias. It's got a very funky progression schedule. Back in history, way back when, now they've changed tables, right? Back when they didn't balance them. Now these things are balanced. So it doesn't work. In my opinion, it won't work. All right, 9. So far, so good now. We are on a nice roll right now. And we're going to rebet. But I'm going to show you, it's got a really interesting progression schedule. It's got a positive progression, a negative progression. I mean, it's got it all, but it's really complicated. So I have to really get good with it before I show you, but it's one of the oldest strategies to exist in roulette. Way back when these wheels just started getting started, and there was probably a ton of bias because these wheels were probably not balanced, not nearly, obviously not built nearly as nice as they are today. All right, what do we got? We got a 2. Beautiful. All right, we're going to rebet. So we're at 190. We're going to rebet, and we can take a look at here. Now, the hits here, we can take a look. 2, 3. We don't even have a 4 in here. So these same streets can hit several times before we're going to decide to change them, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go one more. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the corners. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think I want to cover the corners that have hit the most, not the least. It's the exact opposite, right? Oh, but of course not. Here we go. So she hit a 36, but we're going to stay put. And I really noticed that when it seems, it's just weird. When a section has not hit in a long, long time, suddenly it is punches and bunches and it just starts pouring out. So it would not shock me at all if 34, 35, 36, 16, 17, 18 start getting grouped together right here. All right. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Right when I said that, it happened. It happened. All right. So we got 36 in there. We have it twice. That still only brings the number of hits to 3. So we are going to bet it again. Yeah, I'm going to talk to SoCal and adjust this. It should even if you have repeats, it should put the numbers in there, the count, and it's not counting, I don't believe. And I stand corrected. It is. So when you hit the number multiple times over here, good job, SoCal. Never mind. I'm a jerk. All right, what did it hit? 6. So we're going to rebet, add 6 in here because once we recover, we are going to move over to corners. And as we look at our corners, I think what we're going to do is we're going to play, I like starting out with 4 corners. So we're going to go with the 0, 3. What do we got here? 22, 26. So we got 14, 13. We got a bunch of, we got a 12 and some 10s. So we'll hit up the 14, the 13, the 12 and the 10. All right, there we go. We got to keep going here. $400 bet, and it's only 120. I'm hoping that raised gets this to some point where you can mouse over and it shows you that amount. That's really nice. I very much missed that. So raised, if you're looking on it, while we're talking about raised, so I am now affiliated exclusively with Raised Casino. I don't play on the other casinos anymore, and they have been fantastic. They're just a great group to work with, and nice. All right, let's see if we can get one more here. And that should get us into profit just by looking at the graph. And what I remember, we were just somewhere right around 200. So what just hit there? A 9. All right, got that in there. And our corners, looking at our corners still, we've got 14, 13, 12, and our pick of 10s. So we'll take our pick of 10s and kind of look at the ones that just hit. This yellow indicated hits the most recent. So maybe we'll go with the one that hasn't hit the most recent. Oh, she could not just let us catch up, could she? She could not let us catch up. All right, we're doubling it. In fact, I'm going to double it again, which is dangerous because I told you I feel like they come punches and bunches. So we got 18 again. All right, let's go. So 16, 17, 18. Now we've got 4 times here, 3 times here. There's a 5 here. Hasn't hit in a while because it's got this lighter blue. top of it, but I know a bunch of you do like these kind of things, so I'm going to start playing this more periodically, but I might just do a streak of them right now, and that'll be our theme for right now. That lands us up with another 500. That puts us up there in our spreadsheet. 31,050. So, and if you're wondering, how did I get this $13,000 or this bump, our balance, you can look over here. Our daily profit is up. How did I jump from $17,000 to $30,000? And that's a good question. It's because I took first place on the wager leaderboard on Raise, and it was a $15,000 prize. So that was a nice jump. I have my monthly coming up, and you can see my monthly in this top right corner. I want to share with you because their bonuses are fantastic. My monthly's coming up, and it's $13,659. The weekly's coming up, and our daily, what's really cool with Raise is the daily changes based on the previous 7 days. It's not like they look at your previous 7 days and lock you in. It's constantly a rolling average. So your daily, your weekly, and your monthly, but you get to see what they are ahead of time. You don't have to guess like you do with the other casinos. You get to see at this point, what am I getting? And I think that's really cool. Hit that like and subscribe button if you like these. Help us out here, get our reach even further. Get past those knuckleheads at YouTube who keep nerfing us and giving us strikes. And if you like this, we're really happy with Raise Casino. Get into our Discord. We have our affiliate links going on right now. Paid leaderboard, a monthly paid leaderboard, and we do affiliate giveaways every day in our live streams. Okay. All right. That's it. We had a good session. Turned out well. Be good humans, and us against the casino always. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.